Welcome to Business Unveiled Podcast. This is the place where we help overwhelmed, time-starved entrepreneurs like you make the profitable shifts to get more done and get more out of life. I'm your host, Angela Profit, award-winning 8-figure entrepreneur and CEO. And in every episode of Business Unveiled, I'm bringing you conversations that will give you the expertise and strategies that will scale your team and business so you can get shit done. That's GSD in our world. So get your time back and grow a business that helps you be present in your life. Let's do this, y'all. We are getting the hang of this. It's been hard to get in work mode because we've been in India, conference mode and then sightseeing mode. And now we're in VR mode, virtual reality. Welcome to our reality, traveling the world. And today I'm talking with the amazing Monica Balli from Italy, from Florence. She's our travel mom and has amazing connections all over the world. Literally, I spoke at a conference in Arezzo, Italy years ago and met Monica, and she had this interest in tech and I did too. And then we became these tech buddies and we nerd out on stuff and we love it. And so you have created something. Mm-hmm. Okay, but before we jump in, tell them, if you haven't heard our podcast about a certification we're doing, which may not apply to you, and that's okay. But if you don't know who Monica is, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a destination weddings and event planner since a couple of decades, based in Italy, Tuscany, Florence. And I do not only weddings, but also corporate and travel. I love to travel. I work with a big international network, which I love, which is also my friends and my professional, destination teams, we can say. And what is it? I've met Angela and Arezzo a few years back, and we saw we have some things that are very common to us, which are not common to many.
Not common to women, and not common to the weddings and events industry. I mean, even in some of the hotels, I am just filming behind the scenes of how outdated and unproductive their system is. And not only is it costing them money, but it's costing their people time that they could be building relationships with people and building relationships with the customer face to face, because that's what business is about. It's all about having a great relationship. And when you don't have enough people to work, why not utilize software and sales tools? And it saves you so much time, money, and effort once people are trained and guided through it. So you've come up with something.
I did.
And we're going to just tell you a little bit about it because I'm so excited, because there's nothing like this. So it is I don't want to call it a floor plan, because that's not what it is at all. It is a live guided tour where it's you have to explain it.
Okay, so during the pandemic, what happened is that I was speaking to an Indian couple that wanted to come and do their destination wedding in Sardinia. They had never seen Sardinia, and I'm Italian, and Italy for COVID was the first country that was shut down. So finding on the web material that could help them understand the lifestyle of the destination as well as the property, honestly, it's impossible.
Sucks.
Because all properties, and I understand that. I mean, I get it. They just put out beautiful bedrooms, styled shoots. But honestly, for us, we're talking about the B2B market, the planners market, us that have to talk to brides or to clients to convince them of a destination or a property. There isn't anything there for us to understand or explain a destination or a property in such a way that we feel comfortable to bring a client to that destination and that property. So from there, I said, oh my God, this is completely missing. And I started thinking what I, as a planner, would need to avoid inspections. We do inspections which take up even weeks, traveling to different parts, not only of our country, but the Mediterranean. And you know how time consuming and also costly that is? And other than that, even if you get paid, honestly, there's 1,000 things that I would love to do more than that. So using technology, what I discovered is that there can be ways of saving time, because time, no matter what, that's the only thing you'll never buy back. Doesn't matter how wealthy you are, how superstar you are. So we got to decide how to spend it. So I decided that time has more value at the moment for me. So I needed to find ways of being able to travel the world and show the properties to my clients, even without having been there, but feeling comfortable with it. And that's how VRPLANR came to life. VRPLANR is actually a B2B vertical platform for the luxury events market, where buyers and sellers meet. But the products the sellers and the buyers can use are not only among them, but with the outside community, so outside of the platform itself. We created 6 original products. We didn't reinvent the wheel, but because the technology, we're discovering it now because, simply because COVID has accustomed us to new things.
Woken us up.
Exactly.
My theme, wake up. Hence the bed in the background. Wake up, people.
Exactly.
No more excuses.
No more excuses, and it's technology that has been there for the last 30 years. It's just that now is the time that we are ready.
Timing is everything.
Timing is always everything. Exactly. So what happened is that we put these 6 products together, and they are used to understand the destination. So where the place is located, the lifestyle, the enhancement, and the geography as well as the property itself. Then we have a tool that is a 3D walk, which is used to engage. So the photography is amazing because it's shot in very high quality, so that exactly in 10K. So this means that every detail is just there, and there's so many ways of using it, and that is simply really to sell. That is a tool to sell. No matter if you're selling a room, you're selling a property, you're selling a villa, yacht, an island, does not matter. That's just perfect to sell.
Visuals sell.
Exactly, and
Video
there,
sells.
exactly, and there you can go in 2D or be immersive. So if you have your headsets, just get on it and tour virtually. You're just going to be like put over to that world.
If you do it for the first time, you might vomit. But
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah, it's true, because there's different technologies, and although there's all of this is here since a lot of years, each of the different technologies is used in different ways, and each of the machinery used is used in different ways. So maybe, yes, there is some that I call the fish bowls. They do make you vomit, and that's not the ones we're using.
No. But after if you are a gamer or you have used VR for a long time, and when you take it off and every time you take it off, you're closer to getting more used to it. But if you do it for the very first time, I didn't get sick, which I get motion sick, but my niece wanted to watch a movie on it. She was the very first one to use our first Oculus, and she watched the whole movie. It was the whole time she was like, "Oh my God, this is incredible. I'm in a spaceship." I mean, it was so cute. And meanwhile, I'm just, on my phone working. But I think I was editing a video or something. And then she takes them off and immediately throws up. Immediately. And so just go to your bathroom. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Well, this whole thing is about being immersive. So it's not a matter of only you feeling comfortable with a property you don't know, maybe because you've never visited, because you can visit it virtually. And with the products we have, you're going to feel 100% comfortable planning an A to Z wedding. And I'm not talking about get a couple of flowers and put them on the table. That's not planning. I'm talking about production part. And do for everything from A to Z. So it's really like handy. So there's different products. So you have from the Objective 360 inspection throughout the property, which is done with specifics. So everything has been coded, everything has been standardized in order to create a great product. And everything is done with global resources. So this means that I am not traveling to each destination. We are using local resources so that they do the shoot with our criteria, and then everything is put on cloud and we do all the back work, all the back office work. So at the end, we have something to understand the destination, fall in love with the location, and then the planner comes in, because at this point the client has been contracted. So the planner needs to understand the potentiality of the property, and that's another product, has to put his creative eyes on, and that's an immersive 360 pics that will totally, like, we call it the dreamers area, up to the 2D part. The 2D part may seem, awkward, but it's true reality. What do you find and how is that property every day of your life? Do you want to take away those tables? Do you need that bench? Do you want to take away that carpet? That is how you will find it. So know what you have for real, and you can deal with it. Take it away, put it in, bring something else out. You can only do that if you know the truth. And that's what we're here for.
So this is very different than an all-seated or a social tables. I mean, those are great too, but this is very different.
So this one here, as you see, is the VRPLANR landing page. So in order to be a buyer or a seller, so a property on VRPLANR, you need to be invited. So there is contact us with a form that you need to fill out if you want to be taken into consideration. Now, just for you to know, we are looking into creating a platform for the B2B industry with top event planners globally and properties and luxury properties. Luxury property, that doesn't mean it has to be a 5-star. It just means that you're willing to do anything for an event and that it's an amazing, amazing property that deserves to be renowned worldwide. So this is our thing. So welcome to VR. VR is a technology and innovation for remote professional event planning. Why? We transcend distance and we enhance your time. You know what? Save your time and do more of what makes you happy. This is my philosophy.
GSD, doing shit you love.
So, well, if you log into the website, which is www.vrplanr.com, what you do is you're going to see there's a slide presentation, and that tells you a little bit about our services. It's going to explain who we are and why we have created this. But above all, it will also make you understand our sustainability program, which is really, really great and really, really detailed.
Are you secretly fed up with physically showcasing the property to your clients without any results? It's no secret that explaining the looks and flair of your property to overseas planners and clients can be a nightmare. Not to mention the tiring physical visits, massive time consumption, costs, and tedious paperwork this process brings along. Isn't it about time to discover an innovative approach to solve all your sales and event planning needs? What about showing and explaining the potentiality of your property with 100% being sure the property is understood by B2B partners and your potential client falls in love with your property, your flair, and not just because you're a good seller? Introducing VRPLANR. Created by destination events planner Monica Balli, she has put her 20 years of experience in 6 original products and B2B platform to enable you to engage, sell, plan, execute any event internationally. A revolutionary system designed to address your property planning problems with its cutting-edge technology, using AR and VR to plan any event with no need for an in-person inspection. It allows property owners and event planners to remotely showcase multiple properties at different locations to clients without wasting long hours on physical visits. VRPLANR is a platform that enables you to help your clients in deciding the best property for their events and win opportunities to maximize your communication, sales, and profits. It has many functionalities to allow you to interact with your outside direct B2B clients as well as our top international events and travel community. Be exposed to selected travel and events B2B professionals. VRPLANR also lets you calculate the CO2 of your travel, so you can learn how, with VRPLANR, you become more sustainable and can go up to carbon footprint zero. Our properties have sustainable, tangible policies, and our teams of coaching pros help improve their global sustainability. And that's not all. Here's how VRPLANR facilitates you with your property planning business. Provide your clients with a virtual tour of your destination, your property, or collection of properties with engaging 3D tools and save your precious time. Generate connections with international top planners to understand the objective use of your property spaces and meditate on design through our 2D real and 360 pics without any distance barriers. Entice your audience with high-precision laser scans of the property, indoors and outdoors, displayed on the platform. Continue showing properties to your potential clients for event planning, even during the pandemic, without any travel restrictions. Sounds like something you can benefit from? Connect with us for more valuable information.
Another fun thing that you will find inside this platform is a way to calculate carbon footprint. So either you're flying or you're in your home or you're in your anything you're doing. We have this partnership with a UK-based company. They're specialized since over 20 years in carbon footprint tracking. So that, for example, if you're flying, we're talking about destination events. So I'm not talking about not taking place, okay? I'm a big fan of in-person events and we would like them to happen. But if we can limit, instead of going like 5 times with the whole family and group of how many people to do inspections, maybe we just go 1. That's a huge save for our carbon footprint.
Makes a major difference.
Absolutely. So not only you can see and you can tell your brides, how much that will impact depending on where you're flying to, how many they are, if it's economy or if it's business class, but also on how to go to carbon footprint zero, because you can understand just by clicking then on the website what are the programs globally in order to help our planet. So this is a program just to create a little bit of awareness. If each of us does a little thing just to spread out the word, that will make it a lot easier. We don't have to change the world only with our hands, which is impossible, okay? But every one of us, a little drop, I think we can make a good impact.
And I love that you care so much about sustainability, which also ties into technology. It just makes such a big impact. And I want you all to know that VRPLANR is VRPLANR.
Yes.
So we'll put that in the show notes too, but I even Googled it myself. When you first mentioned it, I'm like over there trying to Google it. And then she's like, no, you're not going to see anything about it online just yet. But now it's like born and tell us more. It's so awesome.
Well, there's going to be, what happens is that once you are invited and accepted, either you're a buyer or a seller, there's different paths, we can say. But first of all is your dashboard. So we're going to be looking into this for the properties. So what you will look, because each of the property will actually see only their dashboard, but will be able to contact all the different planners on the platform, while the planner can actually see all the properties and use all the properties. But not only with their internal community, but also with your outside clients, for example. So if we go on the landing property, for example, in the landing sellers page, which is a dashboard, the first thing that we have is like an idea of the property. So we have a guided lane for the properties to put in all that we need to know as event planners. So not only the number of the rooms, how much we can party until what time, what we can do, what we cannot do, but there's a whole lot of amenities that we have added in, sustainability programs, details, videos, photos. So in order to have really a full x-ray of the property. But that is just like the presentation, like to say, hey, I'm here and I'm on this platform. That is just the number 1 step. Then on top of that, we have a series of different products which the client, the properties can purchase. So this is simply a 2D video, which makes you understand the sort of destination you're in, your lifestyle and your property. This is our tool, Shot in 10K, to engage with your clients. So either one or multiples, it's easy to show and engage. So other than the 2D pictures and the 3D pictures, what we have is an objective 360 inspection created by a professional, and everything else is set on motion graphics so that you understand what is hidden behind the door. One other thing that we have, and naturally this will create a big difference, is that we create digital twins. So with specific laser scans, so with machinery used that is different from indoors and outdoors, we actually create your digital twin. And this cloud point is used in 2D floor plans, actual floor plans that you can even export into CAD. But mostly it helps you measure, because every inch is measurable, both indoors and outdoors, on your property. Other than that, what happens, you also get a 3D model, which is pretty cool and is fun to have around. But this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of a great adventure, a great software we're working on, and be ready. So all these tools that you will see, you will be able to do in 2D, but also in 3D. And nothing has been redesigned. Everything comes from reality, because in my opinion, reality and design are very, very different. So I'm trying to match at most the reality, and even with the designing and the rendering part that we're working on is going to be done with gaming engines, so that the 3D objects are actually realistic. Rendering Me Planner will be coming soon. We're working on it. My inspiration is Iron Man. I want to create the Jarvis for events.
I love it. If people want to, if anyone watching or listening, where can they learn more?
Well, they can contact us. There's a form online on our website, and they can simply get in touch, and we'll be happy. If they're a property, you will see there's a form to fill in if you're a property. If you are a planner or a luxury travel agent, you can do that, filling in that part. And then we'll get in touch, because everything is actually handpicked, and we love personal relations. We use technology to better our life and to shorten distances, but still real people, real professionals is what we look for.
Yay! Okay, now for the fun part!
And here we go again.
Not that that wasn't fun, because I love technology. It's like amazing. Okay, let's see. Pick a card. Any card.
I knew it. I knew it. She's going to love it.
What is the meanest thing you have ever done?
Meanest? Mm-hmm. I always told my sister she was adopted.
That's something I would have done too. I hated my sister. My mom said I would drop her on purpose. They're like, what do you want to name your little sister? And I'm like, no name! Like, I wanted to be the only child. And then a little brother came right after that. I love my siblings. That's kind of mean. I think the meanest thing I ever did was put shaving cream in water at a girls' cheerleading camp. Like, we were at cheerleading camp, and it was like a dare. I shouldn't have done it. And then we all watched her drink the water with shaving cream. And she it was just, I felt awful. I was like, I'll never do anything like that again. Like, what if she poisoned her or something? I think I've done other, really mean things, but I feel the worst. I think the worst mean thing that ever happened is we had this long hallway where I lived, the house I grew up in, and my brother pissed me off so bad, and he was a golfer, growing up, and so I took his golf ball, and I threw it at his face as fast as I could, and he ducked, and when he ducked, my sister opened the bedroom door at the end of the hallway, and
she got it in her face.
She got the ball, and it busted her mouth and her teeth, and blood went
everywhere.
My God. And then my mom's like, I'm calling your father at work. And so my dad comes home, and I hide in the bathroom because there's this drawer that you can pull out, and you couldn't get the door open because the drawer. And I was afraid of the dark. So they just waited until the sun set, and it was dark in the house. And then they turned the entire power off in the house so that I would open the door and come out. And I'm pretty sure I got the shit beaten out of me. Yeah, I kind of deserved it. That was like an anger management problem. I've had therapy since then. It's a really long story. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Thank you for watching. And be sure to tune in next week to another episode of Business Unveiled. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
That's it for this week's episode of Business Unveiled. Now that you have all the tools that you need to conquer the world and GSD, get shit done, would you share this with your friends and fellow business leaders? One thing that would really, really help us and help new listeners is for you to rate the show and leave a comment in Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you tune in and listen to Business Unveiled. You can check out the show notes at angelaprofit.com/podcast and link up with us on social media so you can share your biggest insights. And I want to know your aha moments. Until next week, remember, the profitable shifts and structures you're creating in your business help you be more present in your life. So get out there and GSD.